if you don't define why the customer should come to you, you have a problem. In fact, the value proposition is best described as your positioning against the competitors. What is your differentiation? What are you about? Now, when I say that McDonald's has a value proposition, I want to be clear. Maybe their value proposition is good food inexpensively. Good food inexpensively, whatever it is. They don't stop with that value proposition. That value proposition is an umbrella, but they have a separate value proposition for each type of customer. For the senior citizen, they're saying this is a nice, safe place to sit down and have a meal because maybe you don't have a wife and you are just wanting a comfortable surrounding and a low cost for food. You need a different value proposition to get the teenager to come to McDonald's because he could go to Wendy's or somewhere else. You need another value proposition for the mother with child to come to McDonald's. So there's a lot of work in trying to create for the different groups in your market the value proposition. The main thinking that you have to do is define your target market and the value proposition. That's marketing. The target market and the value proposition. And it's done through the branding operation. What happened to marketing recently is a revolution coming out of the digital and social media, and all of you know about it. And any company that does not move into digital marketing is making a mistake. Even if you're a small retailer, depending on people to get to your store, it's not enough. You've got to let them also buy from you without going to your store. You've got to set up online so they have a choice to either come to your store or not. My own experience in my home is that my wife never goes to a store. Everything she buys, and much of it is from Amazon, is online. And she gets packages every day. Now, if that's the modern customer, that more and more people are too busy to go into stores and shop, then you've got to go digital and offer that channel to your customers. Let me move forward. What is real marketing? Marketing is, if you define marketing as having a sales force, having advertising and promotion, that is the old definition, maybe, of what marketing consisted of. The new view is that marketing's purpose is to create, I call it CCD, create, communicate, and deliver value to a target market. And the latest view of marketing is that it is the growth function. It has responsibility for growing the size of the market. Why is marketing able to get more ideas about growth than any other function in the firm? The reason is that the marketers are the only ones who spend time with the customers, trying to get them to buy something. And as a result, they are the first to see new opportunities. If you're training your salespeople right and marketers right, they're going to welcome an idea they see of something needed by customers that no one else noticed. Also, they're the first to sense the threats, the barriers to buying. So the job of the marketer is to be touching the real market and converting what their observations are into opportunities and threats that may happen. Now, if someone wanted a very short description of what current marketing is like, I would say 5 things. First of all, in your picture of marketing are customers, your company, your collaborators, partners, of course, your employees, your other stakeholders, the competitors, and then the context. We call this the 5 C's. Every marketing plan must touch and say things about these 5 C's. Now, you know that the plan starts with needing to describe your product, the price, the place it could be bought, and the promotion. The 4 P's is the starting point, but feel free to add another P if you want. Call it packaging. A perfume company knows that more important than the perfume is the packaging of the perfume. Now, you could say that that comes in the word product anyways. Packaging is part of product. Someone may say, but where is service? Where is the sales force in the 4 P's? Don't be bothered that. If you need to say a lot in your marketing plan about those things, make it 4 P's and 1 S and 1 W, I don't care. That's just the 4 P's represent what you definitely need, and then if there are particular variables, add them. The next thing is to understand, by the way, sometimes I say the plan should have product, service, brand, price, incentives, communication, and delivery. That's a version of 4 P's that is expanded for the purpose of a company in that kind of business. And then if someone says to you, what is the process of making a plan? I would say it all starts, especially if you're starting a new business or a new product. Marketing research, MR, is the beginning of all good marketing. And there's a lot of ways to learn about a market, and surveys, observation, so many ways. So everything begins with MR. What you will learn from MR is it's a very complicated market. It consists of groups in the market. So you do what we call segmentation, which is a skill. It will reveal quite different needs in that market. And then you target that need that you could do a good job satisfying. And that's called targeting. And then you state your position. So the language is STP. All good marketing work has to arrive at that process of STP. Now, that means you have chosen a TM, a target market. And by the way, you could choose several of them, but each one needs a separate plan. So you chose a target market, then you develop your VP, which is your positioning, your value proposition, and then you build your MP, which is your marketing plan. Now you've been into developing the plan, and now you have to implement it. It has to be taken out into the marketplace. And to be sure you're doing a good job, you do C, which is control. Because now you know if you got more sales or not. So here's the message. The message is, if you are not selling well, use that sequence backwards. Oh, my sales are poor. Maybe you did a poor implementation of a good plan. You hired the wrong people to implement it. No, let's say you have good implementation, but maybe your marketing plan set a price that was too high to buy your product. Or you had poor advertising. Or maybe you should never have chosen that target market because there's someone better than you in that same target market. Or you didn't even segment right. So you see how you use this process backwards to identify why you haven't been successful. Now, we heard Tiger talk about the CEO And and about the CMO, let me say this. I love CEOs. They are people charged with making a complex business very successful. I wish that all CEOs came from marketing. None of them do. Why is it that a marketing genius doesn't become the CEO? Well, they probably say he or she doesn't know finance or something like that. Most CEOs are lawyers, accountants, or finance people. Therefore, you have to ask, what does your CEO know about marketing? And there's 4 types of CEOs. The first type thinks price is everything. They take one thing about marketing, the price you charge, and they say that's what you control. Well, I'd rather work for someone who is a 4P CEO, who says, my company's trying to integrate product, price, place, and promotion in a nice plan. That's better. I'd even feel better if the CEO says, I know about segmentation, targeting, and positioning, and I've really found the best targets. And then there's the highest type of CEO, and that's ME. Marketing is everything. The company's job is to create value for customers in a specific market. Everyone's job is think customer. So that is Procter & Gamble's motto. Marketing is the starting point for everything they do. So, does marketing need an update today? Is there such a thing as the old marketing and the new marketing? Yes, there is. The old marketing was basically mass marketing. 30-second commercials. Make a very expensive but effective statement in a film, in a video, showing actual real people making a choice of your product. Now, here's the problem. If I'm not buying a car, when that commercial on a car is on my TV set, it doesn't do anything for me. In fact, it annoys me that the program